for you lovers. Oh, I'm married to the game. The championships, the only time I wanna ring. K-Sap, the man behind the mic, check 1, 2. It ain't a rap until I say it's a rap. Just fall through, pull up, the hottest pot smoking. Yeah, I got you open this freestyle.
Yeah, when y'all come in the chat, man, make sure y'all type in the chat where y'all chatting from, man. I want to shout out your state. I want to shout out your city. Make sure y'all put y'all's location in the chat, man, so we can shout y'all out. We got Chi-Town in the building. Chi-Town in the building. We got Toronto in the building. Shout out to J-Hove Sugar and Bible Boy. Hey, man, make sure y'all get my mods a shout out. Appreciate you, Bible Boy, for pulling up. We got the mods in the building. Y'all get in here, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to unpack. Y'all get up in here, man.
Hey, let me put you on game. These other podcasts got here talking this, but ain't repping the same. This my bro K-Sap.
Well, if y'all like to donate to the channel, man, make sure y'all send them super chats, man. Donate to the channel, man, so we can keep this thing going. Yeah, Bible Boy, we got a lot to unpack, man. I watched the game, man. I watched the game. I saw what you saw on your first comment. I saw it. We're going to have a lot of crickets out there tonight. Yes. This your boy K-Sap, man. We back with another one, man. So, man, we have to talk about it, man. It's no shade. We just gonna talk basketball tonight. I need to ask y'all a question. Everybody that's in the chat. Hey, we got 31 people watching the video so far. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Come on, man. Give the video a thumbs up. Yeah, watch that game tonight with the Indiana Fever and the Dallas Wings. That was a pretty exciting game. Appreciate you, Jay. Appreciate you, Jay Hover Sugar. Appreciate you. That was a pretty exciting game. But my question to the chat, and we not throwing no shade or anything like that. We talking basketball. Man, does Caitlin Clark's stats impact winning? That's the question of the night. You see the title of the show. You see the thumbnail. Does Caitlin Clark's stats impact winning for the Indiana Fever? Now, see, what I get out of this is there's a lot of Caitlin Clark fans, and we've seen it. There's a lot of Caitlin Clark fans, but I really don't think they're Indiana Fever fans. I don't think they are Indiana Fever fans. They are Caitlin Clark fans. Great stat line. She dominated the night. And we're gonna focus on tonight's game. Victor Foreman said, not impacting the winning. Laugh out loud, man. What the heck you talking about? Nobody can win a game by themselves. Hell, yes, they do. Victor, this is what I'm gonna say to that, man. See, it's a double narrative, man. You can't do that, because with all the media outlets, and we're gonna get back on topic, with all the stats that LeBron James put up last year, they said they was empty calories. And he no longer impacts winning. That's a true statement. With all the stats that LeBron James put up last year, 27, 7, and 7, did it impact winning for the Los Angeles Lakers? See, it's a difference. If you know basketball, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you know basketball, Victor, you know what I'm talking about. I know nobody can win a game all by themselves, but when you putting up 24 and 19 and you can't get it done, and you're the highlight of the team, right? And when I say that, if you watch tonight's game, Indiana Fever took a lead late in the fourth quarter. And then when the game mattered most, Caitlin Clark had 2 crucial turnovers down the stretch, and she stopped shooting the ball. So when I say her stats, a lot of people talk about stat padding. Yeah, she's putting up great stats, but she's not finishing these games. She dominated that whole game. She dominated the whole game, and she came up short at the end. She kind of disappeared. Shout out to Thomas Anderson, one of my mods in the building. Appreciate you showing up, Thomas. Yeah, she disappeared when it mattered most. They had that game with the Dallas Wings. They had the Dallas Wings on the rope. Dallas Wings started that first half out. They was on fire. They went up as much as 12. Indiana cut the lead going into halftime. Third quarter, nip and tuck, couple nice dimes that Caitlin Clark dropped to Alyssa Thomas. And, she scored the basket. Aaliyah Boston was in her game tonight. But when they needed Caitlin Clark the most, when they needed her the most, she went and hid. And like I've always said, Gizmo, when the lights got bright at the end, she did not finish them off. She had a great game tonight. 24 points, 19 assists, WNBA rookie, 19 assists. She set a WNBA record for the most assists in one game. Exactly, E-Unique. She got to learn how to close. That's going to be her next step to elevate her game. I don't think Caitlin Clark is the closer on the Indiana Fever. I think Kelsey Mitchell is the closer because she played a hell of a game. I mean, her passes was on point. She was shooting the ball well. Every time that she got the ball, I think the Dallas Wings crowd wanted her to shoot the ball. And that's a lot of people that are traveling just to see Caitlin Clark. I don't think they get caught up in the game. They just get caught up in everything that Caitlin Clark does. And it showed tonight. She came up short. Like, that was a game that you're supposed to win going into the All-Star break and the Olympic break. I'm not on camera, KSAP Square. I'm not on camera yet. I'll come on camera soon. I just want everybody that's coming in that's just now catching up to the live to see the title of the live. I want them to see the title of the live. Caitlin Clark's stats are not impactful. And it showed tonight. She dominated that whole game, and she came up short at the end. Now, like I said, Aaliyah Boston had it going tonight. I mean, she played extremely well. Aaliyah Boston was in her bag tonight. I mean, she was scoring. She had like 20 some points in the third quarter or the second quarter to lead Indiana. But like I said, they needed Caitlin Clark to finish that game, and she couldn't even finish the game against a struggling Dallas Wing team. But I guess everybody will say that, we hating on Caitlin Clark. Nah, we talking basketball. We talking basketball because, like I said, I came on here and said it for people that's just now coming into the live. I said she played a hell of a game, put up great numbers. She shot over 50% from the field tonight. 50% from the field tonight. She was 10 of 19. She's still struggling from the three-point line. She was 2 of 9. She was 2 of 3 from the free throw line. She had another 6 turnovers, but she had 19 assists, 24 points. But she was a -8 when she was on the court. So that's telling me her defense is still a liability right now. She was a -8. Aaliyah Boston, 11 of 14, 28 points, 4 blocks, 8 rebounds. Dominated. But that goes to show that, Caitlin Clark's stats are not that impactful yet because it's not implementing winning because she's putting up astronomical stats. That team should be winning more with the stat line she's putting up. And, you know, the guard play, like I said, when you playing against stellar guard, Odyssey Sims, 24 points. Aneka Umbawale, 24 points. That's what I'm saying. They had consistent scoring all the way around the board. Consistent scoring. What up, Reg? Salute, my brother. Salute. Appreciate your locker room for pulling up, man. Yeah, so, and then, like I said, a lot of people are going to come in here and blame the coach for the reason that they lost at the end of the game. Nah, Caitlin Clark got to take accountability for this one because she had the game in her hands. She was dominating this game, and when the lights got bright, she played a gizmo. The lights came on, she ran and hid. She had 2 bad turnovers down the stretch that, you know, that cost them the game. What you say, J-Ho Sugar? She had 19 assists, don't count. She stat padded. Well, you know, a lot of people, they're going to say that. But I'm not even going to say she stat padded tonight. I just say she dominated that whole game, but she just came up short at the end. She did not close out. She was supposed to close out. Bobby, we're not talking about Angel Reese right now. We'll get to Angel Reese later. We're not talking about Angel Reese right now. We're talking about Caitlin Clark. You see the title of the show. Caitlin Clark's stats are not impactful. Let's focus on that right now, and then we'll get off into Angel Reese. I got some things I need to say about Angel Reese as well. We'll get off into that. But right now, like I said, Caitlin Clark's stats is not impactful right now. Because I don't know what y'all saw, but I saw somebody that was dominating this game tonight. I mean, when the Wings got away from Indiana, Caitlin Clark got them right back in the game, either by scoring or passing the ball. She took some tough shots and she scored. Couple, you know, get to the buckets, couple and ones where Monica McNutt said, hey, that's weight room tight. And she had it going. But when the game got tight, down with the last 2 minutes or 1 minute left in the game, where was Caitlin Clark? See, Eric Holden, don't do that. See, that's what we can't do that, man. We cannot do that. See, it seems like every time they lose, it's too much pointing the finger. It's too much pointing the finger at other teammates. It's too much pointing the finger at the coach. The coach had nothing to do with this. Caitlin Clark was in control of that game tonight, and she let it slip away. Shout out to Thomas Anderson, man. $2 super chat, man. Hey, don't forget to support the show. Super chats are open. Appreciate that, Thomas. Yeah, so, yeah, exactly. She choked tonight, and that's just the bottom line, man. We can't blame Christy Sides. We can't blame Erica Willer. We can't blame Kelsey Mitchell. We can't blame Aaliyah Boston. The game was in Caitlin Clark's hand, and she failed to close the game out. Exactly. She cannot turn the ball over down in the clutch time when they needed her. And that goes to show when I used to say this stuff about Caitlin Clark, she overthinking, man. She just got to go out there and play because she was playing exceptionally well the whole game. It got where she needed. She did play 40 minutes. Christy Sides did not take her out of the game. I understand that, Eric Holden. Accountability must be universal, but what I'm trying to say is it's too many times that people have blamed Christy Sides for losing the game when the game is close. We can't blame Christy Sides tonight. We can't blame Christy Sides tonight. I'm putting this loss on Caitlin Clark, and I hope when she goes to the post-game press conference and they ask her a question, I hope she womans up and say, hey, put this loss on me. What you say, J.C. West is this dude preaching to the Angel Reese haters. Yeah, no doubt. Making incredible shots. See, Bob Jones, man. See, when you talk about she the best rookie in the league, I understand you. Champaign, Illinois is in the house, man. Shout out to Victoria Smith. Champaign, Illinois is in the house. I understand what you say. She's the best rookie in the league, man. But the thing about it is, if you're going to be the best rookie and a complete rookie, when you got a stranglehold on a team and you let them out, you let that grip loose, you let the game slip away. And what happened was she let the game slip away. Caitlin, this was Indiana Fever's game to win. They shouldn't have lost this game. Eric Holden, I understand. Okay, you're a coach. I'm a coach too. I understand that. But what I'm saying is everybody blames Christy Sides when the Indiana Fever lose close games. Tonight was a close game. They got back in the game because Caitlin Clark started dominating. She was winning the game by either passing the ball or scoring the ball. But when they needed her to score late, she overthought herself, and 2 crucial turnovers down the stretch caused the game. But this is a bad loss for Indiana going into the All-Star break. This game got to set with you. This game has to set with you through the All-Star break and the Olympic break. Now they tied. I think with that big win that Chicago got last night over the Las Vegas Aces, I think the loss tonight against Indiana, that moves Chicago up to the number 7 spot in the playoff position, and that moves Indiana back down to 8. Bobby, you can say what you want to say. You can say I sound like Skip Bayless all you want, but I'm just stating the facts, man. See, you can't refute the facts, man. See, I think J.C. Wester, I think this is your first time here. This is your first time here. Go back and look at my catalog and look at shows I produced about people wanting Christy Sides to be fired, right? Because of all the late game blunders. You go back and look at the game when they played the Chicago Sky, when Christy Sides let a 15-point lead dwindle away and let Angel Reese by herself go on a 12-0 run. And for Chicago to win that game. So what did they do? They blamed Christy Sides for not drawing up plays for Caitlin Clark to be involved. Caitlin Clark only took 2 shots in the second half of that game. Now I see people coming in the comments. Talking about, Caitlin Clark. I'm talking about Caitlin Clark like I'm at Skip Bayless. No, I'm stating out the facts, man. She just did not get it done tonight. You can say, hey, and one thing, who's this? Kiro manager in the triple-double on a Liberty win. We not talk that's in the past, bro. We talking about tonight's game. Focus on tonight's game where your girl Caitlin Clark came up small. Focus on tonight's game. See, now everybody see this is the stuff that kills me. Why y'all in the chat talking about Angel Reese? This got nothing to do about Angel Reese. This is the Caitlin Clark show tonight, baby. Y'all stay focused, man. Like, hey, Bible Boy and Thomas Jones, what I always say, they only here to cause confusion. That's all it is. They only here to cause confusion. Nah, you can call me Skip all you want. You can call me Skip. Hey, Bobby. Hey, it is what it is. You can call me Skip all you want. But the main thing is the main thing. She choked on the last 2 plays of the game. It is what it is. I came in this show and I said that Caitlin Clark played exceptionally well. She dominated the whole game, but when they needed her most, she went and hid. Thank you, BD Smith. I appreciate that, BD Smith. I appreciate that. I told y'all that Caitlin Clark, see, BD Smith, you came in at the right time, man, because Caitlin Clark, they needed her, and them costly turnovers at the end cost them the game. That's normal rookie stuff. Okay, Jeremy Pulak. When I say she's not impacting winning, give me. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link. JC Webster, I'm gonna drop the link, man. I want you to pull up on the panel, and I want you to give your insight. I'm gonna drop the link. The link gonna be in the chat for anybody that wants to pull up. Anybody that wants to pull up, JC, the link is in the chat, man. Pull up. BD Smith, I appreciate that for you keeping it real, man. I mean, Alyssa Smith, she did good. I mean, Smith, what'd you say, Erica? And I love Smith. She did extremely Clark Law. See, they exactly. When it's always these excuses when the Indiana Fever lose, but they want to point the finger at Christy Sides, but never want to, point the finger at Caitlin Clark. JC Webster, hit the link, man. Hit the link. Flyball said the team didn't. Yeah, I think JC just emotional right now, man. I think he got his panties in a bunch, man. The team didn't win because they played 2-on-5. Flyball. I mean, yeah. See, we got one of the biggest Caitlin Clark fans in the chat, in BD Smith. And if y'all look at what BD Smith said, Jeremy, you don't need a mic. All you got to do is hit the link and it'll come on your phone. All you got to do is answer the questions. Bible boy, they emotional tonight, huh? Hey, it is what it is, man. Exactly. Hey, be nice. I did say that. I said that early in the season that she needed to be fired when they was 1-8. But then I came back and did a show. Hey, cut Christy Sides some slack. She figured it out when they went on that 4-game win streak. When they went on that 4-game win streak, she was figuring it out. But the thing about it is, tonight, we can't blame Christy Sides, guys. We putting this one on Caitlin Clark. We putting this one on Caitlin Clark tonight. She had the Dallas Wings in a stranglehold, and she failed to close. JC Webster, man, hit the link. Bobby, let JC be JC, man. The chatter getting. Eric Holden, that's a good point, man. That's a good point. She didn't look to pass much in college. Wonder why that changed. And that's all I'm saying. Caitlin Clark played extremely well tonight. But when it counted, she was nowhere to be found, man. And that's all I'm saying. So her stats tonight, like B Nice said, they was empty calories tonight. CC played a hell of a game to the last. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. See, the chat, the people that know basketball and watch the game, they agree with what I'm saying. Thank you. Hey, NO, I appreciate that. Appreciate that comment, man. She played a hell of a game, but the turnovers, man, that's what killed them. That lost the game. How many turnovers? Hey, put the number of turnovers that Caitlin Clark, put it in the chat. Bobby yeah, I know what empty calories mean in basketball terms. Them stats was empty. They not impactful. She made history tonight, Breezy. 19 assists. Be nice. I agree with that. She's exciting to watch. She's must-see TV. And I've said that before. She gets in her own head sometimes. Instead of just, you already got your 19 assists, man. But you are a threat anytime that you have the ball. So Instead of passing them, instead of trying 2-on-1, trying to make a pass that's not there and turning the ball over, you come down shooting. You empty your clip. Bobby U, if you lose, her stats wasn't impactful. It didn't impact winning. They didn't win. Exactly, Breeze. She could have had 25 assists easily. But the simple fact is, a lot of y'all are not, y'all not staying on topic. Can I ask y'all a question in the chat? Who takes the blame for tonight's loss? And see, I got Thomas Anderson. He's another Caitlin Clark fan. He's in there keeping it real. This is on CC. You can't blame the coach. Thank you, guys. Jeremy, pull it. Team defense, man. If you look at what you talking about, team defense. If you look at what the Dallas Wings guards did, both of them guards put up 24 apiece. Okay, the whole team is to blame. Okay, we got people talking about the whole team is to blame. We got some saying Caitlin Clark. Hey, blessed culture. Hey, these trolls. I like the trolls, man. We expose trolls because don't nobody want to hit the link. Don't nobody want to come up here and talk basketball and talk about what they saw tonight. Everybody just wants to point the finger, but won't accept the accountability that Caitlin Clark let this game slip away. Caitlin Clark had this game won. Man, hey, Jeremy, you can say Dallas shot the game lights out. Regardless if they shot the game lights out, man, Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark had this game in the bag. Until the last minute of the game, Caitlin Clark turned the ball over. She played 3.5 quarters. That's right, Thomas Anderson. When they needed her, she was nowhere to be found. Bobby U, man. Hey, you a scholar and an athlete, man. The loss is on the team. Very, man. I'm going to ask y'all a question. I just want to ask everybody in the chat, man. If you follow basketball, I don't care if you follow women's basketball, college basketball, or NBA basketball. When the Los Angeles Lakers lose, who do they blame for the loss? Who do they blame for the loss when the Los Angeles Lakers lose? LeBron could have 40 points, but he didn't close the game and they lose. Who do they blame? Be nice. You're only here to cause confusion. LeBron James could have 40 points, but if he don't close and he misses foul shots, the loss is on LeBron. Thank you guys for being honest, man. See, LeBron ain't one of the best closers. See, that's what I'm talking about. I see a lot of LeBron names in the chat. That's right. They blame the loss on LeBron. So if everybody came in here before, like you, Be Nice, comparing LeBron and you got that Caitlin Clark effect, so why come we can't treat Caitlin Clark like they treat LeBron? If she didn't close the game out, she just didn't close the game out. I mean, it's simple as that. We can slice and dice it all we want, man, but she just didn't close the game out tonight. We talking about solely tonight's game. Caitlin Clark did not close. Thank you. She gets the glory when they win, but when they lose, you can't blame Caitlin Clark. Because, see, these Caitlin Clark fans will attack you. Be nice. Yeah, LeBron has the most turnovers in NBA history. In 21 years, Caitlin Clark got the most turnovers in not even a full year yet. Let's talk about that. If you want to point turnovers out, Caitlin Clark got more turnovers in half of a year, and nobody is close behind her. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. You want to bring up turnovers, be nice. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark's turnovers. See, we got crickets. We got crickets now.
Got him.
See, now you want to throw that 21 years at it. I'm not throwing that as an excuse. I'm just talking about the fact that Caitlin Clark got the most turnovers in the WNBA right now, and they only halfway through the season. She has 6 turnovers tonight. I mean, she's damn near averaging 6 turnovers a game. Paris Johnson, you said you're outside tonight, huh? Coach Q in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. Nah, she shouldn't stop pushing the pace. She gotta continue to push the pace, but she gotta make better decisions with the ball. And that goes along to what Thomas and B.D. Smith said. You know, when the game's in, you know, in the way and balances like that, and you already got your foot on the net, and you let your foot off. You let your foot off. You let your foot off the gas, man. You had the game won. This was one of Caitlin Clark's better shooting nights, guys. Do y'all want to, talk about that? She was 10 of 19 from the field. So why not trust her shot at the end of the game? Be nice. You only here to cause confusion, man. We talking about your girl Caitlin Clark tonight. We'll get to Angel Reese in a later show, man. Because, didn't nobody want to talk about what Angel Reese did last night to the Las Vegas Aces? Didn't nobody want to say that? I didn't hear nobody talk about no stat pattern last night. I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about, the 12 and 10 she had last night, the impact on winning. I didn't hear that. Thank you, Coach. I thought she was going to take the shot myself. That's right, Victoria Smith. Epic amount of turnovers for the WNBA. It's not even close. Big Reg, 409. Representing, I don't know if you representing the Fruit City or Beaumont, but he came in here representing. 139 turnovers in 25 games, guys. Come on, man. And y'all want to talk about blame Christy Sides. Wow. Yeah, that's all they are. Yeah, that's all they doing. They only here to cause confusion. Nah, JC Webster. I ain't got no feet. I got my feet amputated, man. All right, Big Reg, Beaumont, Texas in the house, man. I got folks down in Beaumont and Orange, Texas. That's right, Bible boy. Give Paris, yeah. You got some real Caitlin Clark fans in the house. Nope. See, Jeremy, you only here to cause confusion. Why are you deflecting? Why you King Michael Jet, you from Beaumont too? All right. We got Beaumont, Texas in the house. Lenny Beeson, she stat pats against the bet. See, I want y'all to go after Lenny Beeson for what he said. Be nice. You only here to cause confusion. So what y'all gonna say to what Lenny Beeson said? So is Lenny Beeson hating on Caitlin Clark, or is he just stating out the facts? Because like I said, man, they played a struggling Dallas Wings team, and she came up short, man. Played an excellent game and then came up short. Caitlin Clark is the most competitive player in the WNBA and cares about one thing, is winning. Okay, if she cared about winning tonight, she would have took that shot. Bobby, if she cared about winning tonight, she would have took that shot. So what you said, Paris, basically, y'all's guards couldn't stop them from getting into the paint and doing what they wanted to do. That's right, Victoria Smith. The Chi-Town Barbie was back on her double-double stint last night, and I didn't hear nobody cry wolf last night about her double-double. Thank you, Coach Q. She didn't want that last shot. She wanted to pass that ball up. So Jeremy Pullock. So I just want to get this straight. So you just confessed that you're an Indiana Fever fan because you said our guards was also bad at closeout defense. So you're an Indiana Fever fan? Let's make this clear. So that's why you talking the way you talking, because you're an Indiana Fever fan or you're a Caitlin Clark fan. So, Jeremy, so you a Caitlin Clark fan or you an Indiana Fever fan? True, her best games against bottom feeders. See? That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's no slight to Caitlin Clark. She had the game won, and what did she do at the end? She passed up, had a turnover. She should have took the shot. Let Arike get to her spot anywhere she wanted to get on the floor. But if you notice how these games are being played, when she plays elite guards, they putting Caitlin Clark in every action, pick and rolls and everything. See, be nice. You only here to cause confusion, man. You only here to cause confusion, man. Don't do that, be nice, man. Don't do that, man. We can't talk about Caitlin Clark, man. We not bashing. How are we bashing Caitlin Clark, man? We talking about the game. Yeah, that WNBA playoff push is no joke, man. And T. Weatherspoon said that last night after Chicago beat Indiana in the locker room. She gave a nice post-game speech to her team going into the All-Star break and the Olympic break. Go ahead, RS. Tell Be Nice. Be nice, man. Look. Answer his question. This is kind of a bash-a-thon. I just love it, man. I love it. Be nice. I don't have to say this about Angel Reese's game. You say it for me. You can't stand Angel Reese. You despise Angel Reese. You like nothing about Angel Reese. Jeremy Pullock, if the headline is false, why are you here? Why are you here if the headline's false, man? You don't only want to think the headline is false. Everybody else in the chat is seemingly, letting y'all know why Indiana Fever lost the game tonight. Because your girl, Caitlin Clark, chose not to close the game out. Exactly, Thomas. They can't lose these games right here. They cannot lose, man, going into the latter part of the season, man. Big Reg, man. Big Red said, Caitlin Clark, just like Thurman Thomas, always fumbles at the 1 yard line in big games. Boy. There you go, JC Webster. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the love, man. Go ahead and drop a super chat, man. Anything will help, man. Anything will help, man. I can get me a foot long. I probably can buy some Haterade, too. I like you, JC Webster. JC Webster, where you from, man? Where you chatting from? Where you chatting from, JC Webster? Yeah, them turnovers are transcendent. Nah, one thing about Be Nice, man, he made it clear. He does not like nothing about Angel Reese, man. Man, I got some interesting comments tonight. We got some interesting comments tonight, man. Y'all go ahead and tap that link, man. Tap that link, man. Yeah, you got to win. You right. You right, Unique. You got to win. You got to win. In games like this, man, you got to pull that off, man. So I'm going to ask y'all a question. So I'm in here talking about Caitlin Clark. She didn't close at the end of the game. Now I want y'all to turn on Sports Center, and I want y'all to go to YouTube and look at these sports channel, Fox Sports. She didn't come up. She didn't come up big. She lost the game at the end. So I'm saying it. I'm a hater. So everybody else is saying it on the internet and all the headlines. They haters too, right? Go figure. Hey, we got Wody Mac.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
Oh, good night.
What's going on?
I'm good, brother.
All right, talk to us. What you got?
Oh man, we keeping it basketball.
Yeah.
And I've other places that I frequent, like another one of the homies. She's a big Las Vegas Aces fan, right? They were talking about the game in the chat. And a couple of people that's over here with you, they actually are sub to her too. So
okay,
I see you, King Michael Jacko, in the chat. You know what I mean? Still starting up that mess. But we gotta, we can be biased as we want to be. I'm biased whenever you say anything about the Liberty. I'm a cap. I'm a lie.
Okay,
I'm a lie. The Liberty. I'm a New Yorker. Liberty can't do no wrong. Even though JJ is like Anthony Davis. Every other game she good, right?
Yeah.
But as far as somebody said, even on another chat, it wasn't said in yours, but CC controlling the pace, controlling the offense is detrimental to the Fever winning, right?
Okay.
But let's keep it tall, especially, and I gotta put them. You know, I gotta go ESPN. I gotta stats. Box score only tells but so much of the story.
Yeah,
it's true. Box score only tells so much of the story. But I went back and I looked last 8 games when it started being like double-digit assists, right? When the double-digit assists started coming, the lowest was 11 and the highest tonight, 19.
Yes.
They're 5-3.
Okay.
Right? Some people saying she should get off ball. She could do the Steph Curry thing. That'll be another facet of her game she can improve, because we see Steph is technically a point guard, right? But at times he gets off ball and he's coming off screen, right?
Well,
probably can get. I'm not even gonna say probably. Definitely can be a lot better off of catching off screens, you know what I mean, and taking those open shots like that. It's already tough enough as is when the most of the, just like Lexi Brown said on Gil's Arena, on their scouting report, she's number 1 on the scouting report, and probably for a lot of other teams for a reason.
Yeah.
Get the ball out of her hand, because one, if you're getting the ball out of her hand, like we see in other cases when she's off ball and
she's not effective.
Erica Wheeler is running the ball. She's not per se effective, but the team don't look like they doing nothing. It looks stagnant.
Okay.
They were 13 wins was their best in the entire of Kelsey Mitchell's tenure there. And people saying Kelsey Mitchell is the engine. True, Kelsey Mitchell get you a bucket too, but Kelsey Mitchell do not get you an assist. She gets a bucket.
Bucket, yeah.
She's averaging 2 assists for her career. She don't get nobody else a bucket. So, okay we go in ISO ball, ISO basketball. Kennedy Carter, she'll get you a bucket, but it's ISO basketball. Tonight, I was surprised to see Rike had this many assists like that. Like she was, maybe it just was in the flow of the offense and everybody else was getting assists. But Natasha Howard, who does pass the ball well from the forward position, she had a lot of assists too, 8, I think. And then Odyssey Sims, like, so the whole team, there's a couple of playmakers all over the court, right? So unfortunately, what I find detrimental, this is my analysis, just me speaking.
Okay.
What I find detrimental is once the ball is out of Caitlin's hands, nobody else is a playmaker.
Okay.
So it is a benefit to have it in her hand.
I agree with you, but let me stop you right there. I agree with everything that you said. I can't refute nothing that you said because it made sense. But this is what I will say. Somebody came in the chat, I think 3 shows ago, and compared Caitlin Clark running the offense to like a Luka Doncic because of what you said. When she's off the ball, the team doesn't look like it is when she's on the ball, right?
Right.
So I go back to say this in tonight's game, and I said this when I opened the show. Caitlin Clark was so dominant tonight when she had the ball in her hand. She made every right play, right? The Wings went up on them as much as 12. They cut the lead going into halftime, third quarter. They blitzed the Wings, right? What was Caitlin Clark doing? She had one of her better shooting displays tonight, 10 and 19 from the field. Even though she struggled from the three-point line, 2 and 9, but she had the 19 assists, right? So when the game was in the weigh-in balance, right? What did Caitlin Clark do?
She still was swinging, and she turned it over one crucial point on ball steal.
So
I think only probably one turnover in the fourth. So even still, yes, it's bad, but sometimes I don't recall off of that turnover did they score off of that, because I think 2 of those turnovers out of her 6 went out of bounds. So there's no potential points scored off.
But they could have been scoring plays. The turnovers hurt. In basketball, when you, like I said, Indiana had their foot on their neck, right? Had them right where they wanted. They were not supposed to lose against the Dallas Wing team that has been struggling. Even though they got a Rike, Odyssey Sims, how long she been in the league? 12 years? And they let Odyssey Sims get off the night. 24 points. And what's glaring to me is, we said it all the time, anytime that Indiana plays elite guards, what happens?
Oh, what you said? I didn't catch what y'all said.
Anytime that Indiana plays a team that have elite guards, what happens?
It seems like they struggle from what I can see defensively.
Exactly.
But I can tell you this: anytime they play any elite player, that player goes off. Nobody stops nobody from the looks of it. Now, Alyssa Smith, athletic as hell. She gets, which is surprising to me, as good as she is and quick as she is on offense, she don't translate that to defense.
Exactly.
Aaliyah Boston is your best out, right? Is your best out for a big defender, right? Because again, she's big. She'll get some blocks. She's solid. I'll put it like that. She's solid defensively, not mind-boggling, and just because of her strength or her being so tall, she's gonna get some shot blocks in. You know what I mean? But I don't look at her as like, I'm scared to go in the paint. If I'm say like I'm a Kennedy Carter or a Rike, I'm scared to go in there because Aaliyah Boston down there. Like I'm looking at a Liz Cambage or something like that, or Ezzy Magabor. You know what I mean?
The big ones. So,
I've heard people even say Lexi Hall is their best perimeter defender. I've even seen people do content on it. Lexi Hall, their best perimeter defender. And that's sad. Sad. That's sad because she's serviceable. She drew a charge tonight. That was cool. She's serviceable. It don't look too good on that side. You're not stopping guards. You don't stop dominant bigs. You know what I mean? You don't stop dominant wings. You just basically hoping that people make mistakes. or you're gonna be sitting in zone all the time. And they get cooked in zone because they don't look at. They're not like
Their rotations are small. Their rotations are a step slow. When they're in the zone, they don't rotate. Even when they on ball defense. I know you got to have somebody in the center calling it out. I think Aaliyah Boston is calling out the defense, right? But if you look, they just a step too slow, man. And what have people been saying about Caitlin Clark on defense? She's just a little bit slow on defense. She moves on offense. She moves her feet on offense, but on defense, man, she just can't keep up. And, Lenny B made a great point. When the Fever's games are close and they win, Kelsey Mitchell closes the game out. But tonight, what I wanted to see, the way Caitlin Clark had it going, I would love to see her close that game out, man. That'd have been a huge win.
If I can interject something else too,
go ahead.
I said it even in the chat, and I've heard it a couple of times now, and it makes me reflect and think about it when it comes to shot selection. Somebody said, an OG coach said, a bad shot is as good as a turnover because you got nothing out of it at the end of the day.
Yep.
And don't let that be a bad long shot and it causes transition offense. That's why I say again, it's almost just like a turnover in the case that you get nothing and you potentially give up something. Especially like say the way that the Fever running. You see how they run off of rebound. Defensive rebound. That's a defensive stop. You got to stop, and they're pushing the pace and they're potentially scoring off of that. Maybe 8. Well, I think that's also a stat they track too, like points in transition offense points, right?
Yep.
That's probably. How do I like to see if I can find that too, looking at the game log too.
Just tonight's game log.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a stat they track. Transition points, right?
Nah, ESPN don't track it. They don't track the transition points. When you get into the analytics of it, you got to go to one of them analytic websites, and I think they track it. But as far as, the game, like ESPN and Bleacher Report, they don't track that.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll get it in the headline of the breakdown of the game where somebody will say they had 25 points off in transition points. They had X amount of points off of turnovers. But as far as the game breakdown and the box score, they'll keep the plus minuses, the blocks, the turnovers, the steals, the rebounds, offensive rebounds, and stuff like that. They don't, equivalent to the the transition points and points off of turnovers.
Yeah. Oh shit, they out rebounded them. As big as that team is, the Fever out rebounded them tonight.
But what hurt the Fever early, they had 20 turnovers in the first half, man.
No stats, it's saying 18 overall. I don't know.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what ESPN.
ESPN. Yeah, they had 17 turnovers, and Caitlin Clark had 6 of them. So, that goes to say, like, the 2 turnovers down the stretch, that hurt.
Oh, yeah, they do got it. Fast break points. I guess that's your best way to look at it. Fast. They had 14, but believe it or not, Dallas outdid them in that category. 22 points, fast break points, right?
Yep,
now,
I see it.
Was getting points in the paint, so when they get into the half court, they doing their pick and roll thing. They had 62 points in the paint, and most of that comes from pick and roll.
Yep.
Caitlin throwing it to somebody. You know what I mean?
And see, the crazy thing about it is the people in the chat, they getting analytical. And see, that's the part that I love, the analytical part of the game that a lot of people don't understand. And Shava Jones, you made a great point. Let me go ahead and pin this chat up there. He made a great point. Let me get what he said. Here it is right here. Caitlin Clark was 50% plus from the field, 19 assists, 6 rebounds, and still had the worst plus minus on her team.
You know why that's that? You know why that is, right? Because she never left the court.
40 minutes. See, and that's what I'm saying about a lot of people want to blame Christy Sides for everything. When she was taking Caitlin Clark out of the game, it was an issue. Now that she keeps her in the game, it's you can't win. You can't win with Christy Sides and the Caitlin Clark fans. You can't win. And that's a fact. Because there's no way that you can slice it and dice it. Because what I've seen tonight, and what we've always alleviated to, is in the close games, what has been the knock with the Indiana Fever? When they lose a close game, what do people say after the game? What does the media say? What does the Caitlin Clark fans say? Christy Sides lost the game. Can we agree to that?
What? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. I was looking at the chat too.
See,
Pardon me.
Hey, okay, I'll repeat that. In the close games that Indiana Fever have lost, what is the common denominator? What have people been saying? The only reason why they lost the game is because Christy Sides. She didn't make no adjustments. She didn't make the right coaching call. She didn't put the ball in Caitlin Clark's hand. Can we agree to that, right?
Yeah.
So watching tonight's game, this is all I was been saying. We can't blame Christy Sides tonight. I'm putting this one on Caitlin Clark.
I'm
putting it on Caitlin Clark.
I'm looking at them numbers. AB showed up. CC showed up.
You see that? Okay. Numbers tell you a different story, but watching the game, what did the game tell you?
The game told me the defense was completely team effort.
You deflected. You deflected.
AB trash on defense. Nalissa, everybody on the Dallas Wings got buckets. That's what this is telling me is that defense was buns.
Okay, we agree. We agree with that. We're not refuting that. But when the game was in the way and balance, and the Fever had that game won, what happened in the last minute of the game? When you're supposed to close the game out, what happened? Everything that you said is accurate. But what happened, regardless of what went on through the course of the game, the stats, whatever you saw, the defense was trash, they was boo-boo. But when the game was in the way and balance, and you got Caitlin Clark on the floor, and you got the ball in Caitlin Clark's hand, and two crucial turnovers that lost you the game, and you're going to blame Christy Sides.
All right. Okay, now I don't even say Christy Sides because the players still got to take accountability what they're doing on the court. But it makes me wonder, what are y'all practicing? Y'all go from
but see, now you still deflecting. You still putting that on Sides.
Because it's who takes when the team look bad, who do we go to? Okay, we can say LeBron, we could say Kobe, we could say all of that, right? But when they get in front of them cameras and they go to the after the game interview, post game interview, coach say this is on me. I gotta be better, or whatever the case may be. You may get court players say that too, but how they executing in half court, how they executing in the half court, what they running
I can't let you do that. And the reason why I can't let you do that, it's a double standard. And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get back on topic.
Okay.
Everybody talks about LeBron James. It's a double standard, right? Like I said, LeBron James could have that night. He could have 40 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. They lose the game. What is the first thing that the media and these LeBron James casuals that hate LeBron James, what is the first thing they say? LeBron lost that game. Regardless of what his stats look like, you got to put that loss on LeBron. Why? Because he didn't close the game out, right? So coming into this league, coming into this year with Caitlin Clark, she had that LeBron James effect. Coming out of college, highly coveted, into the WNBA, made a name for herself. Everybody was going to be following Caitlin Clark around. She had that LeBron James narrative. So why are we moving the goalposts for Caitlin Clark? I know she's a rookie. LeBron was a rookie once before. But when the game is in the way and balance and she's the best player on the court and you don't take that last shot and then you deflect to the coach, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. Because everybody is glossing over the internet talking about Caitlin Clark is the best thing next to sliced bread. Mm-hmm. And if the way she played in college, I'm looking at the way she played in college, her whole shot selection has changed, right?
Absolutely.
In college, she didn't think about it. She just went out and did it. And she was more effective, right? So when the game was in the way and balance, and if you look at the games that Indiana has won down the stretch in the last 5-3, who closed the game out for him? Kelsey Mitchell. Has Caitlin Clark ever closed out a close game for the Indiana Fever? And we expecting her to. Has she ever closed the game out? Tonight was her
Well,
shining moment to close
how
out
can-
the Dallas wing.
Does closing out always have to be you putting something on the scoreboard?
No, I agree with that. And that's why I use that LeBron James analogy.
The
You see where I'm
game that
going at?
Yeah, all right. The game that they won a couple of games ago against, I recall. I don't remember exactly the team, but I recall they opened up, and it might have been the Lynx, right? Because they was tired. They was down. They were
Minnesota
down,
Lynx, yeah.
63-50. All right. Caitlin came in, started the fourth, and I recall it so good. She opened up by hitting a three. Then
They was down 7. They was down 7 going into the fourth quarter. Yep.
Boom. Right. She got 2 or 3 assists in that fourth quarter too. So she's accountable also for the points scored off them assists. And then she hit some free throws in the waning closing moment. So she scored or assisted on about 11 to 13 points, and they were down and they won and they scored 21 points in the fourth quarter, right?
Exactly.
So 13 of that 21, about 11 to 13 of that 21, she contributed to, right? But and it closed her first couple of buckets was opening up with her scoring. The rest of the buckets she contributed to was either free throws or assists, right? Which was like 2 or 3 assists. So she helped somebody else get to a bucket. So in a way, you would look at which I'm not a big fan of, because me as a point guard when I played, I consider myself a playmaker, and I value assists very much so because a bucket got scored.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Now let me stop you right there.
Rebound, when I read defensive rebound, I read that as y'all got to stop on defense. Y'all were doing. If you got hella defensive rebounds, I'm like, okay, either that other team is shooting terribly or you stopping them. You stomping a mud hole on them on defense, right?
Okay.
Cool. Granted. So that's why I look at. I wouldn't. I'm a Kobe fan. I've gotten to the point where I've matured where I can't even hate on Bron no more. Right?
See, let me stop you right there before you start talking, okay? So why is this narrative so good for Caitlin Clark, but the narrative got to change for LeBron James?
Why the narrative got to change for LeBron?
Because like you said, as a point, like you said, as a point guard, you value assists, right?
Yeah.
And you said early in your soliloquy that impacting winning and closing the game out doesn't mean that you have to score the ball. You could be scoring or contribute your man, setting up them to score, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when LeBron does that, it's no good. But now that people see Caitlin Clark doing that, trying to assist and set somebody up to score, and they don't hold on to her passes and they fumble it away, they crying wolf. But the narrative changes when we talk about LeBron.
I definitely know people do that. I would be disingenuous to say it don't. I look at it as if LeBron made the right play, like it's like me coming down the court in the mud, standing down there on the low block, he wide open, right? There's 3 seconds left. You know what I mean? And there's somebody about maybe 5 feet away from old boy who might have a chance to make a play on it. LeBron could run up, pull up, and try to attempt the shot, or keep going to the lane if he can get there in time, or hit old boy down there down low. Hit old boy down there on the low block, right? The weak side defender come over, contest it, and he blow the layup.
Yeah.
We would say, a lot of people would say LeBron should have kept it in his hands, but he made the right play.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He did make the right play. There's another team out there too at the same time trying to stop you. And I think of a couple of situations where Caitlin was frustrated. They drew up an out of bounds play and had her inbounding it, and they needed a bucket to win. And AB blew the layup, right?
Yeah, I think that was against Chicago. I think that was against Chicago.
Yeah, they were like, you should have let Caitlin take the shot. Well, Caitlin had defender to the left of her, defender in the front of her, and another defender about a few feet away to the right, coming in and closing out. She'd have pulled up that shot. Yeah, it'd have been a Klay Thompson, in your face. So what? Type of three if she would have hit that, right? But it still would have been a defended shot, right?
Yeah.
She did. She shoved it off to AB. AB could have put up that midi, but she had somebody there too in the closeout. And you know how people get when it's defense around, the pressure is on, and some people don't want to. They want the pressure on their shoulders. Hey, maybe Clayton don't want that pressure on her shoulders. Hey, I'm not her defense fund in that. I can see what's going on there. And I'm like, if you made the right play, I ain't mad at you. I don't see why people want people to be shooting through defense. It don't mean you gonna make that. And then when you miss that, they be like, why did you take that?
But I totally agree with that. But all I'm saying is we can't change the narrative for Caitlin Clark now. I mean, a true basketball person that knows the game and what you're saying, they're going to agree with you. But my problem is the goalpost has been moved because they talking about Caitlin Clark. They talking about Caitlin Clark as she does no wrong. And when we critique her game and point out the holes and the flaws in her game, we got to be haters. You see what I'm saying? I'm just talking from a basketball standpoint on what I saw tonight. As a coach, if I'm the coach of the Indiana Fever team, I'm calling timeout and I'm telling Caitlin Clark, we going down with you shooting the ball. Regardless of if you getting all your teammates involved now, you had 19 assists. You could have had 25 assists tonight. But at the same time, the game was in the way and balance, and we need you to bring it home. And just like you brought up, you're a Kobe fan. In a situation like that, Kobe's not trusting his teammates. Kobe going to try to win the game on his own. Is that a fact? Mm-hmm. And that's what I wanted to see from Caitlin Clark tonight. That's all I wanted to see, because as much as she had it going, as much as she was dropping dimes, playing exceptionally well, like you alleviated to, Indiana's Fever defense as a whole was boo-boo. I agree with that. They was letting Odyssey Sims, they was letting Enrique do anything they wanted, penetrating, dishing the ball, people getting wide open layups, people getting wide open shots. They couldn't stop a nosebleed. But when the game, after all that being said, the Indiana Fever, the game was winnable. And I just feel your best player did not come to the dance party when that crystal ball started shining them lights. She went into the bathroom and wiped all her makeup off. That's all I'm saying. And and I'm not hating on Caitlin Clark. I just wanted to see Caitlin Clark put a stamp on that game, because that would have been one of the impressive wins. Even though it was against a struggling Dallas Wing team, it'd have been an impressive win because of the stat line. And when I say empty calories, ain't nobody going to talk about the 19 career, 19 assists record breaking. That overshadowed because they took a loss.
Yeah.
You got to finish it. Just like when she got the triple-double, even though she played a poor game, she got the triple-double. The team won.
That was a solid trip dub. It wasn't great shooting wise.
No, that's why I said the triple-double was exceptional. But the shooting from her wasn't that great. She got the win. Yeah. That's just like what overshadowed LeBron's passing of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in points is because they took a loss to OKC. Yeah. And he spoke on that. He said, I would rather got the win and got the record at the same time. The record means a lot, but we lost the game. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying tonight. I'm telling you, she played exceptionally well, but she just didn't close it out, man. She didn't close it out. Yeah. Somebody said Coach Q, she had the record with 4 to 5 minutes left. Yeah, she had the record with 4 to 5 minutes left. And then, I know she wants to, get more, but man, she got to shoot that. I wanted her to shoot. I wanted her to take them last shots, man. That's what I was disappointed in. I wanted her to put her stamp on it. Huh?
That triple-double game, she only had 4. That was the least amount of turnovers she had in the last.
Yeah, she had 4 turnovers. Yeah.
That was the least amount she had.
So what's that telling you?
5-3 stretch.
So what's that telling you? She needs So what's that telling you about her turnovers? Them turnovers need to come down for them to win the game, and them turnovers cost her tonight.
It was. Oh, hold up. They got that. I think they got that 2 points off of turnovers, because I know they had, like I said, which is a surprising. Dallas had a lot of points off of fast break points. That's crazy. Right, I find that impressive. Yeah, ESPN got a lot of stuff that they do track. Okay?
Yeah.
So they did show if I remember how I pulled it up. But yeah, oh yeah, here you go. Points. Do they got total turnovers? Points conceded off of turnovers. They do. All right, so they gave up 28 points off of turnovers. 28 points in total off of turnovers. They turned the ball over 18 times. The Fever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. I mean, I just wanted to see, like in college, in the Final Four, they always had that one shining moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think this would have been Caitlin Clark's one shining moment, and in the momentum, she could have rode that momentum going into, All-Star break and the Olympic break. Now with a loss like this, and you got to take a break, and they already said she's already having anxiety because she's not going to be playing. Only thing she's playing is the All-Star game on Saturday.
I'm sure she's gonna be doing. It might be a blessing in disguise, right?
Yeah,
she can do a lot of training. I mean, you don't know how much a mug gonna do. Probably take a little time. But I was honestly, if I was in her predicament and they was trying to offer me the spot, come to Paris, come play, I wouldn't really take it.
I wouldn't take it
this month. You could take this month. Go get your workout on. Go get some shot up. Now, I mean, you're not really gonna add nothing to you, but you might put a little penny in your pocket. Something, you know what I mean? Put a little penny in your pocket.
Hey, one second.
You ain't gonna get the whole quarter. You might get a penny in your pocket.
One second, man. See, Coach Q, I'm glad you pointed that out because I watched the game within the game. Them cameras are all over the place. And see, you right. Caitlin Clark does throw a lot of tantrums. And I did see that, the water bottle with the water girl. Nobody wanted to point that out. But Carolyn Peck said on, WNBA Countdown that when she sat down and talked to Caitlin Clark said she was very tired. She said that she hasn't had no rest ever since college, coming right in, getting drafted 2 weeks later, and then have to start right back up. So she says she's tired. She also said that right now she feels like she's going to have anxiety because the layoff. But the only game that she's playing is the All-Star game. But see, when we reiterate that stuff, we the bad people. But it's already out there to the public that it has been said. That came out of Caitlin Clark's mouth.
The brother said, or a person said in the chat, though, right? I 100% agree. You don't celebrate personal achievements in the law. Shiva Jones said, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure we all agree with that. And it's not, I don't feel like there's gonna be any type of pushback. But we did actually celebrate somebody's achievement in a loss about a week ago too.
Angel Reese.
When she got them last 2 points she needed on the free throw line.
Yeah.
He was celebrating the media was posted about the streak continues on, unfortunately in the loss, but the streak continues on. We still was celebrating the streak. You know what I mean?
But then the funny thing about it is when the streak came to an end, they celebrated that. Now, who does that?
Who does that?
Who does that? Now, you're a Caitlin Clark fan. Be fair. Be fair. And that's all I'm saying. But as soon as we cover it, we got to be the bad people. You see what I'm saying?
Hater might do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, it's when it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Like,
you're absolutely right.
They celebrated the streak, but my issue with it, I didn't get caught too much up in the streak because it's basketball. A lot of people, numbers and records are made to be broke. Nobody thought that LeBron was going to break Kareem's record, but it happened, right? So now when they bring a stat out there, I don't know how that stat got started. I don't even know how Angel Reese's stat got, the double-double got brought up. Because I think, I don't know if ESPN was doing a show. I don't know if Monica McNutt or somebody was talking about what Candace Parker did over a 2-year span on a double-double streak. So when Angel Reese put together like 4 consecutive double-doubles, that's when it became a thing. Because somebody poured out the stat from the WNBA of what Candace Parker did over 2 seasons when she had 13 straight double-doubles. So that's when that started coming to a light. And that thing just started picking up traction, right? So everybody was tuned in to the streak. So these content creators, the people in the YouTube media space, the media picked it up. So that was a thing. But then once it started happening, then what happened? People started making videos about stat padding. Where did all the stat padding come from? The stat padding didn't come until Angel Reese started going on this double-double streak, something that they brought up in the media that they was attesting to what Candace Parker did. Now, all of a sudden, when Angel Reese gets a double-double, everybody is looking at it a close-knit, and then that's when all the stat padding comments came out, the stat padding videos came out. Where did they do that at? You see what I'm saying?
I like the certain aspects of what Angel does. I think I said before, like her intensity on the court, it don't seem like too many people match that. So it translates well to what she does well, right? She was out there trying to guard my girl Sabrina on the perimeter. She was giving Sabrina some work, some help. 9 of 20. Sabrina went 9 of 21 that night. She still cooked here and there. But she literally can be a decent to above average perimeter lockdown defender, but which is odd.
You talking about Angel Reese?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you said that. And the reason why I'm glad that you said that, because I said this on the show before. Her perimeter defense is better than her low post defense.
Interior defense, exactly.
Because
I said that with you.
I think, yeah, we did talk about it. Yeah, when you came up on the panel, we did talk about it. Her perimeter defense, because she's long, right? And she can move her feet. Regardless of what people say, she can slide her feet. But her inside, defense, she gets cooked. She gets ate up, man. Like,
she gets ate up more so when you see people who's like 6'5" and up give her work. I don't know. Man. I don't know if she's never had to guard somebody that's got moves in the post like that. But I mean, like, let's be honest. Like, are you stopping? Nobody stopped Asia Wilson. Really, honestly, nobody does.
Yeah, but the way she cooked the first game, the way she cooked Angel Reese and Camille Cardoso. Yeah. Like, I mean, she did anything she wanted, man.
She started practicing moves in that month.
Yes. She doing up and under step throughs on them. Like, come on. Yeah.
And I mean, like, I cape for my girl John Quell. John Quell got some stuff in her bag, but John Quell's versatility is actually outside of the post, even though she still get busy down low. John Quell, if you ever watch it, it's not quite on the level of like a Jokic, but she passes very well from the big position and can put the ball on the floor. So I would say, like, her game, if she had that finishing around the rim like that, she would be the equivalent of what like Jokic is for the Nuggets, right? But even still, her lack of consistency down low in the post, she gave Angel some work one game, you know what I mean? Here and there. It's just when she got to deal with those 200-pound plus and people taller than her. But when it's somebody that want to play on the perimeter, you know what I mean, play that mid-range, Breanna Stewart's, they haven't played the links yet, have they?
Nah, Minnesota Link, nah. And the crazy that you talking about Breanna Stewart, that first game, see, everybody wants to sweep that under the rug when Caitlin Clark had the triple-double and they beat New York. I mean, Chicago was the one that stopped their streak. You know what I'm saying? And if you notice what Angel Reese did to Breanna Stewart out there on the perimeter when she was ripping her, like we said, she got good on-ball defense on the perimeter, but it's just her post defenses. It needs work. Her post defense needs work. Yeah. It's a lot of things that Angel Reese needs work on. I mean, only thing that I can say that Angel Reese is a master at, she's relentless on the rebounds. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care if people are gonna come in here and say she stat pats and that's what she does. Nah, she's not stat patting on no rebound. She's going out there earning every rebound that she gets.
You get those. I think now grant me the grace here when it comes to her scoring, because there is no per se go-to move that she has, and I think that as she goes on, unless she adds something next year and people are figuring out how to guard her, because I think me and you was talking about this too. She scoops like a small guard, from the hip,
because she was a point guard.
That don't work on a shot blocker like Ezzy or Asia. You know what I mean? They're gonna catch you a couple of times. when that game she came in, when she's coming into the second half and she's sitting on 2 or 3 points, you know what I mean, and you end with 10, I'm not gonna say it's stat pattern, but if your team is losing, I think I've said this to you too. To me, it's not the best option to put the ball in your hand to try to get us a bucket. You know what I mean? If we can get it in like a pick and roll situation, you get some easy buckets, clean up buckets. A lot of other basketball minds have said it. Yeah, she get the dirty work bucket. She get the Ben Wallace effect on the game. Yeah. Like, yeah, we'll get you some buckets, maybe 9 to 10 points, but he's gonna give you 15 and 19 rebounds, and all of them rebounds matter. You know what I mean? There'll be second chance opportunities we got to stop, and also even guard lockup. All of that matters. You know what I mean? But for those people though, I think especially like I said, some basketball minds, some content creators, where the difference in both of these two young women comes in, I'm not expecting Angel to close my game for me because of and not to be harsh, like the lack of offensive versatility. We've seen that's been Kennedy Carter and other balling. People. Balling. We've seen those other players do that, close out games and put buckets on the court on the board for them. So if I see Angel with 13 and 10 and whatever, she did her job. She did what she's supposed to do. She's mad rebounds and maybe a few points. She did what she's supposed to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The expectations is totally different. So I'm trying to think of what the comment was exactly, like what people, if Angel would have sold like that in their game, not necessarily. Even a lot of these dudes be crapping on Angel. You hear some of them doing in their most honest moments, and even saying the same thing. Angel don't got this or that to her game. They don't expect her to be the offensive focus at all.
Exactly. And so see, that's the difference. They expect Clark to be the offensive focus, and when she don't go out there and get it done, then we got to talk about it, man. We can't cut her no slack. She's fair game too. She's fair game too. And that just goes back after everything that we have just said. Everything that you said, like I said, is valid. But I'm still, it's still playing back in my mind tonight, man. I'm putting that one on Caitlin, man. I understand what you're saying, but I'm not putting it on nobody else but Caitlin Clark, man. I don't want to see no videos or no content creators or the media talking about, oh, Christy Size blew another game. No. I can't accept that. Because if I see videos like that, that just tells me one thing. That some of these content creators, man, are just out there making content off of anything. And they're not keeping it a buck.
When we get back to it, I'll report back to you because a couple of people I know that's some good old I guess the perfect word is Angel Reese haters. Some content creators.
See, that's what I like about you, man, because you keeping it 100, man. You keeping it 100, man, and that's all I can ask, man. Because, like I said, I have no problem with all these other content creators. Hey, do what you do. They know how YouTube works. They know how it works. They know who the cash cow is right now. They know who to talk about. But what I'm saying is, like I tell people, over here, we're gonna critique Caitlin Clark. We're going to give Caitlin Clark her praises. We're going to talk bad about Angel Reese. We're going to give her praises. We talk about, you've been up on the panel. We talked about every elite point guard in the league. We talked about all kinds of other players. We talked about Asia Wilson. We talked about Sabrina Eskenaw. We talked about Breanna Stewart. We talked about Jacquel Jones. We talked about Rakia Jackson. We talk about them all. But my problem is, you go to some of these other YouTube channels where their channels are only dedicated to one person. And that's what I tell people. If y'all don't like what we're saying about Caitlin Clark, there's other dedicated channels that only glaze Caitlin Clark. They only put honey on their chest, start rubbing it around and twerking it up. Yeah. You can go to their channel. Yeah. We're not going to do that over here. That and RS, you're right. Black and white sports. Black and white.
I knew you saw that. I knew you saw it.
And see, I have no problem. That's his channel. I can't tell him what kind of content to make. But when you got people coming out roasting him on, you know, how they get in there, do reaction videos on certain channels.
Yeah.
And when I say it, it's got to be a problem, but it's out there. These people are making these reactions to some of these people that are Caitlin Clark stans doing reactions to their videos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to get to a point where somebody looks at my channel and do a reaction to mine. I just want to be curious what they reacting to. Because you see some of these channels that some of these people are calling these people out, man. And they see right through them. And like I said, I respect what Pope B. Frank is doing over on his channel. I respect what Adrienne Ross is doing with her channel. But they've made it abundantly clear that they're Caitlin Clark fans. And they're going to ride and die with Caitlin Clark. Okay. So if you want to hear everything about Caitlin Clark, all the good but not the bad about Caitlin Clark, man, I advise you to go over to their channel.
Now,
I advise you to go to their channel.
One? You know the funniest one, though?
What's that?
I've seen like some channels that are Laker channels, right?
Okay.
Like it's I don't think there's a correlation there, but you saying like the hate that Bron gets, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you like, we got respect for Bron's game. I respect the man's game, right? But it would be funny. It's funny to me, like, say, to see a channel that don't like Bron, but love CC, right? Like, I thought those two, like, I thought if you like, I don't know what goes hand in hand. What does if you rock with Bron, you rock with CC? Does that two go hand in hand, or is it vice versa? I don't know.
Man, hey, you answer that for me. I'm trying to find out myself.
I don't know. I seen a Laker channel going heavy in the paint against CC. Then another dude who was like, yo, all these Bron sexuals, and they love CC. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm confused.
It tells me you watch a lot of channels because you using that word Bron sexual, and that's what.
Oh,
that's what a lot of
do that. Yeah.
That's what a lot of these channels that. But you know what I see a lot though with these people that don't like LeBron. They doing a lot of collaborations together.
Oh, like two Bron anti-Bron channels.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So I saw the video. I think it's the GOAT Debate Media. He had Man Down Sports on there. And I respect, both platforms, but
I actually watched both of them.
Yeah, so they give it to Bron. They on Bron hard, and I saw them do a collaboration the other day.
But they say Jordan is a GOAT. So I mean, I don't know if that's like expected. If you got somebody saying Jordan, I say Kobe. My personal opinion. Kill me in the chat if you can feel like my personal opinion. I say Kobe took what Jordan was and surpassed it because he exceeded, he mastered so many different facets of the game or perfected it because he didn't have that athletic gift that Jordan had. He was still athletic as hell, but he was a better ball handler, a better shooter, and he was more creative in the post than Jordan.
Right? I respect. Hey, when it comes,
but Jordan still is go.
Okay, okay, you clean that one up. Okay. My thing about it is when it comes to the GOAT debate with Bron, Kobe, and Jordan, I stay out of it.
Yeah.
I stay out of it, man. Because
is it hard for you to choose internally?
It ain't even really hard to choose because anything that you say, and I've always said this on my channel, if you say one great thing about Jordan, that means you're knocking Kobe and LeBron. And if you say what LeBron brings to the table, you knocking Kobe and Mike. If you say what Kobe brings to the table, you knocking Bron and Mike, right?
Yeah.
So my thing about it is they all great. They all GOATs.
Yeah.
Why come we just can't respect greatness, man? That's my take on it. I've left that debate go a long time ago because When was the last time Michael Jordan played in the NBA?
2003.
Okay. When was the last time Kobe Bryant played in the NBA?
I don't remember when it was last year.
He retired 2006, 17.
17?
Okay. That's 7 years removed, right?
Yeah.
But what do we see right now that's current?
Player-wise?
Yeah.
We still see Bron adding to his legacy. And
Okay. How long has Michael got out the game in 2002, 2003. When did LeBron come in the game?
2003.
Okay, 2003. Kobe got out in 2017. When did he come in the game?
Shit, that was what, 96?
96. LeBron came in 7 years after Kobe, right? LeBron is going on his 22nd year.
Yep.
So I'm saying that to say this. We know what Mike brought to the table, right?
Yeah.
We know what Kobe brought to the table. But we still watching what LeBron is bringing to the table and adding to his legacy, right? So for all the kids that are growing up now, to me personally, they should be LeBron fans. Because now these kids growing up, you know, your parents can tell them, no, hold up. Their parents can tell them about Mike and Kobe, but you got to go back and YouTube their stuff.
True that.
But if you're just watching the game now, you still watching LeBron.
You do know that our boy that signed to the Hornets, and it's just a quick sidebar. Somebody said Paul George is the GOAT that got drafted a year or two ago. So I mean,
well, you know,
what some of the younger
son,
generation,
Kyan Anthony thinks Paul George is the GOAT. So I mean,
this what I'm saying. I think a lot of the maybe I'm wrong. ISO basketball is more coveted by the young and up and coming generation. LeBron is not per se ISO basketball,
and that's all I'm saying. I mean, it's
they call LeBron old nigga.
Old school. You get to the park. Hey, I got old school. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you can say what you want to say about Mike, but the thing about it is, all Mike fans played out in 2003, man. That was 21 years ago, man. Think about that. 21 years ago. And they still trying to hold on to this Mike stuff, and they still trying to bring up these GOAT debates, man. Leave that alone, man. That was 21 years ago.
I respect that. I respect the
You know what I'm saying? That's 21 years ago. And okay, before I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let you go. But
all right.
You go back to when LeBron broke the Kareem's all-time scoring record, right? Mm-hmm. And that next day, he was at the football game, the Rams football game, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, with football fans, majority of football fans are elderly statesman people, right? Elderly people, not old people, but people that have been around in the Jordan era, right?
Right.
So when they panned the camera on LeBron and they showed him, he had a lot of boos weighing down on him, right? Why do you think that is? Because the fans that was at that football game, they came up in the Jordan era.
Absolutely. Older
so
fans.
if LeBron, I say that to say this, say LeBron was at a youth basketball game or a youth baseball game and they panned the camera on him after he broke the record, LeBron would have got a standing ovation.
Yeah, more than likely.
That's what I'm saying. So when they talking about the GOAT debate, I don't even know why they even still bring the GOAT debate up, man. It's good entertainment, but I just can't get off into it, man.
I feel you.
I can't get off into
Paul
it.
George the GOAT now, that's 20 years old, it makes me wonder.
That's what I'm saying. But all these young kids, because what they watching is, you got a variety of group. Because back in the days, we was only notifying Jordan. We was only watching Jordan. Right?
Yeah.
So everybody was tuned in to see what Mike was doing. But now you got a variety of athletes that people tune in to see. Bron, Steph Curry, like you said, Paul George. I don't even want to say Kawhi. Luka, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. You got a variety of athletes. You got much more skilled athletes in the league versus to what they had when Jordan was playing. Jordan was demolishing people like Hershey Hawkins, Craig Elo, Danny Ainge. Come on now. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But hey. But yeah, man, Matt, good call, man. Good call.
Thank you so much for having me once again, big brother.
Hey, anytime, man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Later. All right, guys. So that was a good call by Mac, man. He pointed out some great things, man. And like I said, he's a Caitlin Clark fan, and, you know, he just kept it a buck. Yeah, that's what I said, King Mike, 21 years ago. That's just the topic. Because if LeBron was not in the league right now, we wouldn't be having them comparisons. We would not have them comparisons. Are you going to buy a Bronny jersey? My jersey days is out, Tim. I don't buy jerseys no more, man. My jersey days is done. But King Michael, that's a valid question. That's a valid question. The only reason why them comparisons come up is because they do anything to slander and shit on LeBron James. And that's why the comparisons come up. But if LeBron was not still playing, say LeBron retired after he won the championship in 2016 against Golden State when he played for Cleveland, we wouldn't be having these fresh GOAT debates right now, because what they're doing is they critiquing LeBron's game as he's still playing. Like I said earlier, what they do is they talked about, and you can go on Fox, with the Odd Couple, with Rob Parker and Chris Bouchard. Rob Parker just came out and stated that LeBron's stats don't impact winning. And that's what I was saying about Caitlin Clark tonight. Her stats did not impact the winning. And Rob Parker keeps it relevant every time something comes up about LeBron James. And the reason why he said that is because Team USA voted LeBron still the best player. And then what did Rob Parker do? He ventured off and deflected and got into everything else that did not matter to the vote. He just started rambling about LeBron James. He did not stay on course by saying the team voted him the best. He went off and said everything else. He started slandering LeBron. Oh, he's not better than Jordan. He'll never be close to Jordan. His points and rebounds and assists does not impact winning. The Lakers can't win with LeBron. If LeBron is still the best player on Team USA, USA's not going to win gold. I'm going for Sweden. See, that's the stuff that Rob Parker does. See, that's what I'm saying, Shavy Jones. They don't talk about the 8 years that Mike was getting bounced around before he got to the playoffs, when he was getting swept in the first round. They only want to fast forward to the 6-0 in the finals. They only want to advance it to when he was 6-0 in the finals. But that's either here nor there. But that's what I'm saying about Rob Parker. That's why these GOAT debate topics stay fresh, because of people like Rob Parker. When Rob Parker starts undermining everything that LeBron does, and it was just a basic poll that the U.S. Olympic team and the campers felt. They voted LeBron as the best on Team USA, and Rob Parker got into everything else. Yeah, T-Mac. Yeah, T-Mac. I know y'all saw that podcast with Shaq and T-Mac. Shaq was giving T-Mac his flowers. Yeah. But, hey, it is what it is, man. Like I said, I would love to see Caitlin Clark close that game out tonight, but she failed to close the game out, and they blaming us, man. Bible boy, they blaming us for Caitlin Clark not closing that game out. You see what I'm saying? They blaming us, man. They blaming us for Caitlin Clark not closing out. So where are the Caitlin Clark fans at now? See, it's nothing but crickets out there. What'd you say, King Michael? Don't do that, K-Sap. MJ dominated a big man. Man, hey, Michael Jordan. Okay, let me state this. Let me put this disclaimer out there, King Mike. Michael Jordan is my favorite player of all times, man. Let me put that disclaimer out there. But I'm not gonna hate on Kobe or LeBron. Michael Jordan is my favorite player. You see it right there. Come fly with me. You see that? These are my players right here. Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, and LeBron James. In that order. Michael Jordan is my number 1 favorite. Allen Iverson is my number 2. LeBron's my number 3. That's right, RS. They don't like the truth, man. They went and hid on me. They got crickets on me. See, when a Caitlin Clark fan came to the panel and started spitting facts about Caitlin Clark, everybody disappeared. Everybody disappeared. See, and that's the thing about it, Bible boy. The Caitlin Clark fans get exposed in the chat when a Caitlin Clark fan comes on the panel. That's the bad thing. They get exposed. I'm a LeBron night. A LeBron. What? Well, y'all wild, man. Y'all wild. Who's a Kobe fan? Kobe, your favorite? Hold up. I got love for Kobe. I got love for number 8 and 24. I don't discriminate. You see that right there. I'm Kobe. I have nothing wrong with Kobe. You see that? You see that? I have nothing wrong with Kobe, man. I don't discriminate, man. I had nothing wrong with King James either. I have nothing wrong with King James, man. See, I don't discriminate over here, man. So you'll never catch me out of pocket. That's all I'm saying, Uncle J.E. I respect it. I respect Kobe. I respect Mike, and I respect LeBron. Exactly, RS. That's why they got crickets. Because what happened, appreciate you, Bible boy. What happened is, you know what happened? When Matt came on stage and started pointing things out, what did the Caitlin Clark fans do? They got hush. They became crickets. How many games have Caitlin Clark played the entire game? Hold on. Lolitha, don't come in here starting trouble, because what happened is all the Caitlin Clark fans got exposed and ran off when a Caitlin Clark guest came on the panel. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened, Lolitha. They ran off, man. They ducked for cover. Exactly. Lolitha came in here speaking facts. I told you. Hey, what did I tell people earlier when the live started? These Caitlin Clark fans are only here to cause confusion.
We the best.
See, they got out the chat. They got out the chat. Shabby Jones, see y'all pointing out facts. Timothy, where's my LeBron and Bronny combo shirt? Nah, man, we don't rock like that, man. We don't rock like that, man. I'm going to give you the Kawhi Leonard laugh. But see, I'm glad that y'all guys kept it a buck, man. Chivy Jones, man, I'm glad you kept it a buck, man. See, that's what happens, man. I ain't got to do it. They can call me what they want to call me. But when the chat got my back and start chatting and they read the chat, they expose themselves. They run off. They probably over at the Pope B. Frank and Adriana Ross channel. They probably over there glazing it up and twerking it up because Caitlin Clark had 19 assists tonight. That's probably what they over there talking about. And they probably over there talking about Christy Sides too. Yeah, I know, Bible boy. You ain't got to tell me. And see that's Bible boy. How many times have I said that? The Caitlin Clark fans are coming here and get mad at us for keeping it 100. Then when they get exposed, what do? They run for cover. They get out. They go to these other channels that are sitting there glazing Caitlin Clark, like I said, pouring honey all over the chest and twerking it up. That's what they doing right now. I mean, it is what it is, man. Exactly, Chevy Jones. I mean, that's a fact, man. I appreciate that compliment, man. That's a fact, man. And we don't, Timothy. That's how they do, man. I'm telling you, Timothy. That's how they do, man. Uncle J.E. That's what they do, man. See, y'all with me on that, man. Right now, they over there splashing. They having a honey party. Splashing honey all over their chest, rubbing it in, twerking it up all over the place. That's what I'm saying, Lolitha. Nobody talked about that. And I don't know how long you've been in the chat, Lolitha. I stated that yesterday, nobody wanted to talk about Angel Reese's double-double. They didn't bring up the stat padding yesterday. Why is that? Because they celebrated that the streak was over. Yeah, all these other shows are giving her the rookie. It is what it is. I'm not even mad about her getting the rookie of the year. I don't care. Okay, JC Wester, you ain't donated yet. You ain't popped the super chat yet. You ain't donated no money for me to get a Caitlin Clark jersey or to get, something for my, I ain't got no foot, man. I need a new shoe, for my foot so to be comfortable, man. Since you said I got on heels. Come on now. Yeah, we on the D block right now. We on the D block, bless. JC Wester, man, where's my donation, man? You not being fair, man. JC talking about he ain't got no camera. Hey, y'all know something? JC Webster might be Basil in disguise, man. He might be Basil. Basil might have created a new YouTube name, man. Because I've never seen JC Webster ever in the chat or none of my videos. Yeah, that's JC Webster, man. Yeah, we're going to start calling you Basil, man. Bible boy, I think he might be Basil, man. I think he created another username to get back in. Yep. I think he might created another username to get back in because he talking just like Basil, man. Big Fats, 1015, what up? Appreciate you stopping through. I'm gonna drop the link. Here we go. The link is in the chat, man, Big Fats. Let's see what Big Fats got to say. We're going to let Big Fats cook. It's in the chat. I'm gonna sit back and let Big Fats cook. Uncle J.E., man, I'm telling you, man. Hey, but I think Basil created a new law again, man, so he could get back in, man. He's only here to cause confusion. I know Lenny B, and that's what he put the crown on his head, but he got booed. But nah, I think majority of them fans was Mike fans. All right, Fat. We got Fats in, man. You got your mic on, Fats? All right, Fats. What you got, Fats?
Yeah, what it is, yo.
What's up?
Cool, man. Baltimore in the building, man. Yeah.
Where you from?
Baltimore, we in the building, man.
You from Baltimore, man? You from the DMV, man?
Yeah, we in the building, man. I've been fucking with your channel for like, I'm a new subscriber. I've been fucking with you for like a few weeks now, for real.
Okay, that's cool.
I like the
appreciate
content,
that,
man. You call it down the middle for real. You feel what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. I was born and raised in Frederick, Maryland, man. So I'm not too far from where Baltimore is, man. I used to stomp into Baltimore. Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, I know where Frederick at. I know where
Yeah.
that's at. That's what it is. But nah, man, I'm mad. Man, I'm mad this month. Kelsey Mitchell ain't giving me my 2 threes. Fucked up on my parlay, man. But
messed up your parlay.
Yeah, man. That was my fault. I should have bet the straight money line on Dallas because I knew it was my girl Enrique Knight, man. They always struggle against them elite guards.
That's
man.
what I say, man. Great guard play give the Fever problems,
Yeah,
man.
And I call my boy, they be tripping on me because I be calling the front running clock. Like she be front running, yo. Like whenever she go against them guards that ain't shit, like she all in the white girl face. I forgot what the girl name was.
Van Loo?
Yeah,
Van Loo?
she all in her face and shit. You know what I mean? But when she go against some girls that got that dog and got that skill, she real quiet when it comes down. You know what I mean? That crunch time.
Somebody said that on a previous show, man. She don't buck up to none of the elite black girls, right?
Nope.
She is what she do against these guards that can't hold their own. And somebody did put in the chat, but see, if I would have said it, I'd have been straight hating. But somebody did put in the chat that most of her great games have come against these subpar teams and these subpar guards. But when she goes against the elites, she don't do so well.
No, she don't. She don't, and she get her assists. Don't get me wrong. She get her assists, but the book always been on her since the LSU game and that title game. Like, you put her on her ass a couple times, she shy away from the basket. You get what I'm saying? Now, that's something she can improve on. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But she gotta get more heart, man. She gotta get a inside game, a mid-range game, or something. She definitely got shit to improve on, but they be making it seem like she the greatest thing ever. I be like, whoa, how y'all say this about her? But then you say Angel Reese, the only knock on her is she don't shoot the three. Like, that's it.
Yeah. But if anybody looked at the game tonight, Monica McNutt was saying it. She said she would love to see Caitlin Clark more in the paint, getting buckets easy.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know what I'm saying? She was saying that because there was one play that she did get in the paint and she got an and one. And that's when Monica McNutt said, I would love to see more of that of Caitlin Clark. But I guess people would take that as hate. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's crazy. It's like you can't criticize it. Like, it's like some Shakur Stevenson type shit. Like, but it don't even really be her. It just be her fans. That's why people be so irked with it. Like, because it's like, yo, the fans, like, you can't criticize it. Like, she fuck up too. Like, she got shit to improve on too.
Exactly.
She ain't just head and shoulders above everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that she missing that you really can't teach. Like, I don't know if she can ever be a competitor like an Angel Reese like that. You get what I'm saying? But
I got you.
You know, I don't know. And to speak on Angel Reese's team, I mean, that I ain't gonna lie, man. Marina Mabry had to go sooner but later. It was. I'm
gonna talk about that tomorrow, man. That right there, man. I don't know how that, because I think Connecticut Suns, they want to win now, but her with Dejon Carrington and Alyssa Smith, because you know Alyssa Smith, she is the one over there controlling stuff. I don't know how. Yeah, Mabry was the second leading scorer in Chicago. She was leading the team in assists, but at the same time, I don't know how that's going to work for Connecticut. And I'm pissed off because Chicago got rid of her. What is that saying about Chicago? Is Chicago saying, hey, these last couple games leading into the playoffs, it's going to be a tough way for us to get in? Do we think we can make it? Or are we going to, mortgage the future and wait for next year's draft to re-up? That's what I'm pissed off about.
I see. I get what you're saying, because it's like you said, like in the win now things, it's kind of like, why make that win now? Because you're giving away 15, 14 points. But when you look at it, like the games we was winning, Mabry wasn't really doing shit. Like she wasn't playing good. Like, and I was saying that at first. I'm like, man, I don't care if she a max player. You gotta cut her minutes or bring her off the bench. Like, she just don't fit right. Like, for her to be a veteran, she not making the plays that we need. Like, she's not making the correct pass. She's not making these clutch free throws to seal these games off how we need. Like a veteran should be doing. Like a max player. Like and it looked like for a while she was kind of struggling with, you're not the best player on this team.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It seemed like in the beginning of the season she was kind of struggling with that. And so it's like it was coming sooner or later, but I think this trade, what it do is it do a lot of things. It showed that they want the ball more in Angel Reese's hands and Kennedy Carter's hands and Camilla Cardozo. They gotta step up. Mm-hmm. They gotta step up. Reese, you gotta be more consistent, baby. Yeah. You're gonna be able to. The offense gonna go through you more. Camilla Cardozo, you're gonna get more touches. You gotta make them count.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And somebody did put in the chat about that the Sky got a point guard shooter in return, and I agree with that. That one girl that they got in return, she came off the bench the other night and dropped in 7 threes. So I agree with that. But then somebody else said, Sky's planning for the future. I could see it both ways. Yeah. Because if T. Weatherspoon is not going to use the point guard and the guard that, came off and hit the threes and like you alleviated too, that goes to show that, Kennedy Carter going to have, the ball in the hand a little bit more. Yeah. Angel Reese is going to get more touches. Carmel Cardoso going to get more touches. But the only thing I said about Carmel Cardoso, I think she's still injured, man. I don't think she has fully recovered from her injury, man, because I saw her warm up tonight, and it's like the shoulder, she's not getting great elevation on her layup, putting the ball up there. She's already 6'7", so she shouldn't be, people shouldn't be blocking her shots, right? I just don't think that she's fully healthy. But the thing about it is, like you said about Mabry, when the season first started off, when Chicago was losing, that's when Mabry was balling. Right. But if you notice, if you notice in all the wins, she kind of fizzled out. Yeah.
And I noticed that too. I said she have her best box score moments in losing efforts like that. Yeah. We can't, it can't go like that. Like, she just on the court, she just was a negative. Like, it's hard to say. Like, it's a good thing she went to a team that's competing and all that. I guess they did right by her. But hey, they might try to get Flaw J. Johnson. I wouldn't be surprised if they try. You know what I mean?
And that's the crazy thing. Draft. That's the crazy thing. Like you said about the draft, man. Like somebody said in the comments, man, that that the Sky are probably tanking for the future, knowing that this last half of the season, it's going to be hard to make that play. It's going to be hard to hold on to 7 or 8 because you got to win games. You can't lose games that you're supposed to win. And I think the Fever got a favorable schedule down the stretch versus to what Chicago has, because if Chicago ends up that 8th seed, they're going to get swept by New York. I think they match up better with the Connecticut Sun. I think that'll be the favorable matchup for them. If there could be any upset that would happen, I would give, Chicago a chance against Connecticut. But at the same time, you looking at the draft that's coming in and Flage comes out, just say Flage gets paired back up with Angel Reese. Mm-hmm. Just think about that. If the front office sees something that we don't see coming down the line on this draft position and who they're going to draft, it could be interesting.
Yeah, Kim, man. Yeah. Hey, either one of them girls, man, they got to get in the playoffs, man. That'll be good for the league. But I'm going to keep on tuning in the show, man. I appreciate you letting me on.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, man.
No doubt.
All right, buddy. All right, another great call, man. Another great call by Fats, man. He was pointing out some facts, man, but it's gonna be hard, man. It's like I said, I hope Chicago's not tanking because they didn't expect Chicago to be where they at now because coming into the season after the draft, ESPN poll had them at 12. They had them at 12, and there's only 12 teams in the WNBA. You talking about Uncle J.E. You said the Jackson girl plays good D. Are you talking about Rakia Jackson for the Sparks? Is that who you're talking about? Or are you talking about something else? Let me know. The Sky will go 7-3 in their next 10 games, hopefully. Because I just want. Yeah, I understand the Wings have their pick, but that's what I'm saying, Peter. That was the talk. When the trade went down, there was a lot of media outlets and a lot of content creators saying that the Sky are tanking. That's why I said that. I asked that question. I didn't say that they was tanking. I asked the question. I said, do you think they're tanking? Oh, nah, the girl that Sky got in the trade. Okay, got you. That's a pick swap. Yeah, but you don't think they are? They shouldn't be. I mean, the caller Fats just made a great point, man. They might be a Bible boy, man. Get JC Webster out the chat, man. Kick him out. Kick him out. Kick him out. Bible boy, go and remove him from the chat. But back to what I was saying, man. I think that the Sky, they've done well, and like the caller said, I think they positioning themselves up, to get Camille Cardoso more touches, Angel Reese more touches, and things like that. Boy, these people, man. Let me get him out the chat, man. Y'all ain't got to worry about JC Webster no more, man. He's gone. See, that's one thing we're not going to tolerate over here. We're not going to tolerate the disrespect and calling people out of their name, man. So he got to go. I think that was Bible boy anyway. Yeah. But we 2 hours in, man. JC Basil. Yeah, I think that was Basil, man. But we 2 hours in, man. Great show tonight, man. But yeah, the trolls on fire tonight. You right, Blessed Culture. But the trolls don't bother me. I don't care if you come in here trolling, but you're not going to disrespect me, and then you can get away with it. That's one thing I'm not going to tolerate. I'm not going to tolerate the disrespect and calling me out my name. Nah. You'll get sent to Block City real quick. You can come in here trolling and saying anything else that you want, but I draw the line when it comes to disrespect, and I'm not going to let people disrespect y'all either. I'm not going to let people disrespect my supporters and my subscribers, right? I mean, you can come in here, they can troll all they want, but once they start disrespecting people, calling people out their name, using racial tones, we're not going to tolerate that. Got it. Sky will be fine. Mabry played no D and always tried to make a home run pass. Yeah, I mean, but you got to understand, Mabry, she led the Sky in assists, man. And she was second leading scorer. She was averaging 14 and 6. But I think what happened was the ownership saw what Kennedy Carter has been doing over these last couple games, man. And I think they want to give her more control of the offense. I think they want to give her more control of the offense. Now, if she can score and assist the ball, I think the Sky will be all right. And it depends on how T. Weatherspoon is going to use Jefferson and them. I think it depends on how she's going to use them. Is she going to implement them in the game? Yeah. That's right, RS Facts. Yeah. I believe she can because, I mean, I think what happened to Kennedy Carter, I think she got a chip on her shoulder now. And I think what happened was when they made that big deal out of her fouling Caitlin Clark, I think she got a chip on her shoulder. I think she got a chip on her shoulder. And also she got snubbed from the All-Star. She got stuff from the All-Star game. Now, I want to ask you guys in the chat. Would you put Kennedy Carter in the All-Star game over Kelsey Mitchell? Would you put Kennedy Carter in the All-Star game over Kelsey Mitchell versed on their play? Versed on their play, would y'all put them in? %. Shop, yeah. Okay. Well, now we talking. See, you see what happened, Bible boy? See, when we filtered all the Caitlin Clark Glazers out of here, now people are being 100%. Yeah, Lolitha, I saw that, but I don't think I really don't think people paid attention to the post-game press conference with Mabry and T. Weatherspoon. That was a little awkward. I think Mabry might have been notified right after the game that she's possibly being traded. Somebody said that she requested a trade. We don't know that. We don't have the facts and the particulars on that. But I want y'all to go back, if you can search the press conference between Marina Mabry and T. Weatherspoon when he was up there. It was kind of awkward. Nah, Mabry's not a point guard. She's a shooting guard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't, like I said, somebody said she requested a trade. Somebody said that she you said that she requested a trade. Is that facts that she requested a trade? Because some of the things that YouTube does, if I pull up that clip, sometimes YouTube will shut the live down, or they will black it out for people don't see if you're live. But if you're doing a video talking about it, a regular video uploaded, they'll let it go through. But they very particular on lives when you bring up copyrighted, stuff like that in a live. Got you. Bobby I see you still here, man. Appreciate you, man. Surprised you ain't over there on Pope B. Frank. You just all over the place. Yeah, Jefferson, that's the one that came off the bench hitting them threes. Don't nobody want to talk about Bronny James had 12 points tonight, right? 5 of 11 from, field, 2 of 5 from three-point line. See, they don't want to talk about that. And they got the win. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. And Peter Smoltz facts. Let me see what you say, Peter? Angel doesn't care about. Nah, I don't think she cares about that. I don't think she cares about that. And see, that's what the media wants to turn this into. Yeah, Bronny did his thing tonight, but ain't nobody going to make a video about that. They only going to make a video about the negativity that Bronny struggled. But the thing that I don't get is the number 2 pick in the draft, Alex Sarr, 0 of 15, 0 of 9 from three-point land, but we don't want to talk about the number 2 pick. They want to focus on number 55. Yeah, she's a Bobby U. That's probably the The realest thing you said all night, Bobby, you. Kennedy Carter has proven who she is, a bona fide all-star. That's probably the realest thing you said all night. I'm going to give you credit on that. That's probably the realest thing you said all night, man. I don't know Buffalo. I don't know Buffalo had one. I don't know why they won't talk about it. I don't know why they don't want to talk about it. I am reality. Yeah, that's probably the realest thing that you said all night, man. Let me give you a round of applause, man. That is Lolita, man. They hating on LeBron because Bronny in there, man. Me personally, LeBron should get Father of the Year for getting his son to where he's at, regardless if he belongs or not. But LeBron got him there. Yeah. Yep. Banham came off and had 8 threes. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. It depends on how Weatherspoon is going to use them now that they get there. They got time to get themselves acquainted because, you know, you got the All-Star break and the Olympic break. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see. But, yeah, guys, we 2 hours in, man. We're going to have to wrap this up, man. Like I said, I appreciate all the support, guys. I really do. Appreciate all the love, man. Appreciate all my subscribers. Shout out to my man Bible Boy for holding me down one more time. Give a shout out to my awesome moderator. Also, Thomas, my other moderator, for holding it down, and Coach Q for holding it down. But yeah, this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast.
Appreciate you, Bible Boy.
Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.
Appreciate you, Chevy Jones.